His name is Michael Millard, and he has been building guitars under the name Froggy Bottom Guitars. Now, he's over on the East Coast, and Froggy Bottom Guitars, I feel like they're one of those mythical guitar companies because you don't really see them a lot in many shops across the country. There's a few select shops. I know Eddie's Guitars carries Froggy Bottom. I was actually just on there doing research for the show. I wasn't fantasy shopping at all. No, that's not me. But seriously, Froggy Bottom Guitars I always felt like when I had a chance to play one, it was a magical opportunity. Yes, because they're a little bit more rare, but also because the guitars are exquisite. I mean, I'm talking visually they're exquisite, but just the tonewoods that Michael selects and his small staff selects for the guitars they're fine examples. I mean, the finest examples of Adirondack spruce, both in terms of not just aesthetics, but tone as well. I mean, Brazilian rosewood, Madagascar rosewood, koa, I mean, you name it. And speaking of koa, and speaking of awesome players and awesome guitars, all the stars came together for this episode because I was researching Froggy Bottom Guitars, and I thought, I want to check out this Froggy Bottom H12. It was a video that was made by the North American Guitar over in the UK. They put out fantastic videos showcasing some beautiful instruments. And who happened to be playing this Froggy Bottom H12? It was Tony McManus. So let's have a listen to Tony McManus again, this time playing a Froggy Bottom H12 guitar. And because I like to balance things out, that was a smaller bodied, almost a parlor-sized Froggy Bottom guitar. I thought we need to hear what the bigger guitars from Froggy Bottom sound like. And upon further research, who did I find playing a Froggy Bottom SJ with a killer Adirondack top and mahogany back and sides? Our frontline reporter, Matt Chalka from Eddie's Guitars. So let's have a listen to Matt playing a Froggy Bottom SJ. I think you'll agree with me here that tonally, these guitars would make any guitar geek's mouth water. I mean, literally like Pavlovian response. You hear this guitar and you're like, oh my gosh, where is this magic sound coming from? But one of the other things that I think needs to be noted about Froggy Bottom guitars is that they pay incredible attention to fit and finish and the artistic customizability of their guitars. And I'm talking about fine details that make a huge impact. One of the ones that stands out is the heel caps that they use. Oftentimes they'll use ivory and do scrimshaw on the heel caps. I mean, everything from nature scenes to I think there's a ram or like a bighorn sheep, and then also a bobcat and lynx. I mean, there's a lot more than that, but just things that I wanted you to see to show how diverse these guitars are in terms of the aesthetic. You know, you usually think of aesthetic as, you know, tonewoods and purfling and inlay and blah, blah, blah. But the heel cap is one of those areas that I think doesn't get a lot of attention paid to it. But here Froggy Bottom is doing that very thing. And also, the wonderful part of the guitar that we refer to as The butt wedge. The butt wedge, that's the end part that's by the strap button that's on the bottom of your guitar. Think the lower bout, right? And usually that's just a nice piece of wood that's kind of inlaid in there, but they've actually done scrimshaw on that, again in ivory. Really cool birds and flowers and things like that. Just a nice artistic touch on such beautiful high-end guitars. And it doesn't stop there. One of the things that stands out to me with these instruments is that the headstock, their basic Froggy Bottom inlay, the frog on the top, done in abalone, is just a very striking looking headstock. But they've even taken that one step further and done engraved mother of pearl, both of the frog logo, and also just kind of this very elegant, almost filigree looking type engraving on mother of pearl, which is just a nice touch. And as I mentioned before, they're a custom shop pretty much exclusively. I don't know if they have a standard model. They have, of course, a lot of models that they base guitars off of, but you as the player really design the guitar to your own sound and your own liking. So I would strongly recommend checking out their website. There's stories of how the name came about, stories of Michael Millard, how he started the company from 1970 on, and how who he apprenticed with. I believe it was Michael Gurian in New York. I'm not 100% on that, but please check out the website for more details, and also the gallery of custom work that they've done. It's really breathtaking. Fantastic work, fantastic guitars being made by Froggy Bottom. And of course, if you want to learn more, just go to acousticlife.tv/AT54. You'll see a link for Froggy Bottom Guitars. You get to look at a full write-up and all sorts of great links showing off what they're good at, which is making mouth-watering guitars. So please, again, check out Froggy Bottom Guitars.